This is a basic 30-minute class. I don't have any music to go in the background. I'm just using the sounds of the ocean, starting in a seated position. Of course, you're welcome to use any music, any of my Spotify playlists, or just feel free to enjoy the sounds of the waves. In a cross-legged seated position, sit up tall with your spine long. You can go ahead and close your eyes right here. Roll the shoulders down your back a few times. Then stretch the arms up overhead. Catch a hold of your left wrist with your right hand. Stretch up and over to the side. Take a few breaths and then go ahead and switch over to the opposite side. And after you stretch out both sides, relax your hands back to the tops of your thighs. Rotate your palms open, up towards the ceiling, up towards the sky. The back of your neck is long. And see if you can match your breath to sound just like the waves of the ocean. So inhaling and exhaling. And then go ahead and cross your legs. Make your way to all fours. Continuing to breathe and adding some movement with your breath. So as you inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. And then as you exhale, round your shoulders. And then again, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest high. And then as you exhale, round your spine. Feel a stretch between your shoulder blades. Do this a couple more times. Feel the breath moving in and out through the back of your throat. And then go ahead and tuck your toes. Make your way to a downward facing dog. Feel your body in two straight lines here from your hips all the way to your fingertips, and then your hips all the way to your heels. And allow the breath to start to move and circulate throughout your body. Start to wake up every cell. And then carefully walk your hands towards your toes. Coming into a ragdoll shape. So go ahead and grab a hold. Opposite elbow, opposite hand. Feel the top of your head get really heavy here. Feel a stretch from the base of your spine all the way to the crown of your head. Notice where you're holding on or carrying any tension, and see if you can release that tension on your exhales. Now carefully set your hands down. Walk your hands forward, coming back to downward facing dog, and then step your right foot in between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted and stretch your right fingertips up towards the sky. Broadening across the front side of your chest and stretch up through all 5 fingertips. So really reach high. Feel your body lengthening, opening up here. And then go ahead and set your right hand down. Drop your back knee down. Crawl your hands to the top of your right thigh and then stretch your arms up overhead. Feel the sides of your waist long on both sides. And then interlace all 10 fingers. Press the palms into the back of your head and feel your head rest into your palms, almost like the palms are making a pillow for your head. And feel your heart center, your throat chakra start to open up right here. And release, set your hands down. Step your right foot back to meet your left, coming into a high plank position. Bend your elbows in towards your ribcage and lower all the way down onto your belly. Press into your palms and forearms and stretch into a baby cobra. And as you inhale, lengthen and lift your chest up. As you exhale, lower your chest down. Do that 2, 3, 4 times, as many times as you need to. And be mindful that you're moving your body and breath together so everything's in flow and in sync. And never forcing any movement. Good, then tuck your toes, plant your hands down. Glide into an upward facing dog. So just some deeper version of cobra. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back. Come into downward facing dog. Left foot steps in between your hands, keep your back heel lifted. Then stretch your left fingertips up towards the sky. Reach up, stretch up. Feel energy through all 5 fingertips. Then look down, set your left hand down, drop your right knee, release your back foot, crawl your hands to the top of your left thigh, and then stretch your arms up high. Take a few breaths with the arms reaching up. And then when you're ready, go ahead and interlace all 10 fingertips. Elbows stay wide, head falls heavy into your palms. Front side of your body opening up, really lifting from your hips through the sides of your waist and pulling your heart center forward. Good, then go ahead and take your hands to either side of your left foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right, high plank to chaturanga, low plank. Upward facing dog, press through the tops of your feet. Downward facing dog. Take as many steps as you need to, tiptoeing your toes in between your hands. Then inhale, lengthen to a flat spine. Exhale, forward fold, releasing. Take a full body stretch. So press through your heels, come all the way up to standing, sweep the arms up and overhead. And then go ahead and catch a hold of your left wrist with your right hand, same thing you did earlier, and just stretch up and over to the side. After a few breaths, go ahead and switch sides. Then take it back to center. Stretch up really tall, press the palms together through heart center, and trace the midline as you forward fold. Inhale, lengthen to a flat spine. Hands go down, step your feet back one at a time. Find your high plank, lower to low plank, and then glide into either a baby cobra or an upward facing dog. Make your way into a downward facing dog. Good, feel your hips high right here. Then lift your heels, bend your knees, stepping or floating your feet in between your hands. Pull the crown of your head forward for a halfway lift. Release into a forward fold. Press through your heels, reach the arms up, stretch tall, then press your palms together, trace the midline, forward fold, release. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift, crown of your head pulls forward, hands down, step your feet back. High plank to chaturanga, upward facing dog, press through the tops of your feet, pull your heart forward, downward facing dog. We'll repeat this again, sun salutation. So just waking up, stretching every muscle in your body. Lift your heels high, bend your knees low, step or hop your feet in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen to a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Big full body stretch, reach all the way up, stretch up, and then palms together, forward fold, release. Flat spine, inhale, lengthen. Hands down, step your feet back, find chaturanga. Upward facing dog, shoulders down your back. And then downward facing dog. Breathe. From here, step your right foot in between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted. So you're coming into a crescent lunge, full expression. Pressing into your right heel and then the ball of your foot on the left side. Stretch your fingertips long overhead. Good. Keep your left hip tucked up towards your left rib cage. Keep the sides of your waist long. And then draw your palms together to heart center. Hinge forward from your waist and twist, hooking your left elbow outside your right thigh. You can always drop your back knee right here. And if you feel off balance, then just widen your stance. If you want to go deeper in the twist, then open your arms up in opposite directions, still keeping your spine long, and keep twisting through your core, through the center of your body. Good, then place your hands to either side of your right foot. Flatten your left foot down so it comes to an angle here, setting up for warrior one shape. You can take your hands to your hips as the upper body comes all the way up. Set it up right here. Pull your left hip next to your right hip, then stretch your arms up high. Keep your shoulders relaxed away from your ears, and keep your eye gaze on one spot in front of you. Maybe sink a little bit deeper into your right knee. Good, then take your hands to heart center. Open up to warrior two. So now the hips are open. Left toes facing towards the side, right toes are still facing forward. Stretch the right arm forward, stretch the left arm back. Good, feel like someone's pulling on your hands in opposite directions here. And again, eye gaze is focused on one spot in front of you. Go ahead and flip your palm, reverse your warrior, stretching up and then back. And then take the hands to frame the right foot. Step the right foot back, high plank to low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot in between your hands, back heel stays lifted, crescent lunge left side. So feel yourself sturdy and steady in your legs, in your lower half. And then when you're ready, reach the arms up overhead. Notice what your eyes are doing. See if you can relax the muscles in your face and make sure that your breath is still lining up with the sounds of the waves of the ocean. So it's nice and steady with your inhales, nice and smooth with your exhales. Palms come together to heart center, and then twist. Right elbow hooks outside your left thigh. Your spine is long, your core is squeezing in tight. With every exhale, you're releasing some stale air that gets trapped inside your body. If you want a deeper twist, open up and expand your arms. Good, stay long through the back of your neck. Now take your hands to either side of your left foot. Drop your right foot flat, come into a warrior one shape, left side. Stretch your arms up overhead. With your fingertips reaching high, keep sinking your hips low. Eye gaze is soft. Now press your palms together to heart center. Open up to warrior two. Left arm is forward, right arm is back. Keep sinking your tailbone down. Keep rotating and pressing open through your left hip. Now flip your palm, reverse. Take a big inhale, and then as you exhale, hands frame your left foot. Step your left foot back to meet your right. High to low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Go ahead and take your feet in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Forward fold release. Utkatasana, or chair pose. So think just like you're sitting in a chair. Your hips go back and down. Your inner thighs, your knees, your ankles are squeezing together if you can. And then go ahead and sweep the arms up overhead. Try to avoid arching through the lower back. So pull your belly in tight. Keep drawing your shoulders down your back. And then press your palms together. Take your twist. Left elbow hooks outside your right thigh. Knees stay in line right here. And again, if you'd like to go deeper, then you can open up and split your hands. Hands reaching in opposite direction. Good. Wherever you go, make sure that you can keep breathing. Now go ahead and take a forward fold release all the way through the top of your head. Step your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And you can go ahead and take ragdoll arms again, or if you want to go a little bit deeper, take your peace fingers and hook them around your big toe. So your middle and index finger, like you're making a peace sign. And then use that grip to get deeper in the stretch. Good, then after a few breaths coming out of that, toe heel your feet back together. Make your way back to Utkatasana. Back to your chair pose. Reach your arms overhead for a few breaths. And then go ahead and take your palms to heart center. Right elbow hooks outside the left thigh. Stay here or open your arms up in opposite directions. Keep focusing on the exhale here. As you exhale, twist out, release any toxins, any air, anything trapped in your body that doesn't belong there anymore, anything that's not serving you. And then go ahead and release your hands down. Toe heel your feet wide. And then this time, sink your hips low. So you come into a deep Buddha squat. So your feet are wider than your hips, as wide as you need them to be. Toes are turned out. Palms pressed together to heart center. And you're using the elbows to press your hips open. Try to keep your spine long here and try not to collapse anywhere, especially through your shoulders. So you have space and openness through the chest. You have space and room to breathe. And then carefully set your hands down, step back into a high plank, lower to low plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, press through the tops of your feet. And then make your way into a downward facing dog. Right foot steps in between your hands. Go back to crescent lunge. So your back heel stays lifted, arms reaching overhead. Hands come together to heart center. Float your back leg up. So coming into a warrior 3 shape. It's a T shape with your body. So your left hip stays square next to your right hip. Your spine is long. And now go ahead and open up into balancing half moon. Your left hip stacks on top of your right hip. Left shoulder stacks on top of your right shoulder. Keep lifting up, keep opening up, keep expanding here. Then bend into your right knee. Warrior 2, land softly. Flip your palm, reverse, stretch up and back. Straighten your front leg, and then reach forward, tilt forward, Trikonasana, triangle pose. Right arm is down, left arm is up, and wherever that right hand lands, keep it light and use the core to support you here. And similar to that balancing pose, your shoulders are stacked, your hips are stacked. Eye gaze is wherever it's comfortable for you. Now go ahead and set the left hand down. Pull your back leg in slightly and then twist it out right here. Twisting triangle. Left hand goes down to the floor mat. Right fingertips reach up. Narrow out your stance as much as you need to. Now set the right hand down. Forward fold into a pyramid pose. Right toes are facing forward, left toes are at an angle. You should feel a pretty intense stretch through the back side of your right leg. Good, now go ahead and step back into a downward facing dog. From here, drop to your forearms. So coming into dolphin, very similar to downward facing dog. You're just pressing into your forearms and into your palms here. Keep the back of your neck long, maybe wiggle out through your jaw a few times. And then go ahead and press back to a downward facing dog. Left foot in between your hands, crescent lunge, your back heel stays lifted. Arms reach overhead and breathe. Soften your eyebrows, soften your jaw, soften your cheekbones. Maybe even bring a little smile to your face as you bring the palms together to heart center, then float your back leg up, warrior 3 T shape. Balancing now on your left foot, on all 4 corners of your left foot. Feel yourself supported, and then open up into balancing half moon. Left hand is down, right arm is reaching and stretching up towards the sky. Then bend into your standing leg, land gently, warrior 2, reverse your warrior, and straighten both legs. From here, tilt forward, reach forward with the left hand, and then reach down as the right arm reaches up, coming into triangle. Good, try to keep your shoulders and hips in line here. Now go ahead and set your right hand down and stretch your left fingertips up towards the ceiling. As you do this, pull the right foot, your back foot in slightly to narrow out your stance, and then, go ahead and stretch the left fingertips up. Twisting Trikonasana. Good, set your left hand down. Pyramid pose. Upper body releases over top of the left leg. Your right hip stays in line with your left hip. Take all the tension out of your shoulders, neck, and head. If you need more of a stretch, just flex the toes up towards the shin. Now go ahead and step back into a downward facing dog. Take a few breaths in your downward facing dog. And then go ahead and lift your heels high, bend your knees low, stepping or hopping your feet in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen flat spine. Exhale, forward fold. Seated chair pose. Hips go low, arms reach high, big inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Hands down, step or hop your feet back. Find chaturanga. Into your upward facing dog. Into your downward facing dog. Right foot in between your hands, reach up for a warrior 1. Take an inhale, then as you exhale, open up to warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Then as you exhale, hands go down, high plank to a low plank. upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Left foot steps in between your hands, warrior one. Inhale as you reach high. And then as you exhale, open up to a warrior two. Reverse your warrior, take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, hands go down, high plank to your low plank, to your upward facing dog. Breathe in, fill up with breath. Exhale, empty out, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, go ahead and take your feet in between your hands. Inhale, lengthen flat spine. Exhale, forward fold release. Rise all the way up to standing. Tree pose. Place the weight into your right foot and then pull your left foot up. Left foot comes to your right inner thigh. And then press your palms together to heart center. Feel yourself really rooted down into the ground. And if you feel stable, then go ahead and reach your arms up overhead. Think of yourself just like a tree here, growing your branches. And then go ahead and switch sides. So left foot goes down, right foot comes to your left inner thigh. Palms pressed together to heart center. You can stay here, or as you feel ready, you can reach your arms up overhead. Stretching, reaching, and growing. And then go ahead and set the left foot down, switch the weight over to your right foot, come into eagle. So in eagle pose, the left leg comes over, the left arm comes under. You're crossing and hooking whatever you can. Ideally, the palms of the hands pressed together. Keep pulling your forearms forward, but keep your chest lifted. Keep bending into your standing leg. Keep breathing. Now go ahead and switch. Reach your arms overhead, shift the weight into your left foot. Right leg crosses over top of your left. Right arm comes underneath your left arm, and then clasping together what you can. So maybe that's your thumb to your pinky, maybe it's your palms, or maybe you just cross at your elbows and touch opposite shoulder with opposite hand. Now go ahead and set that down, big full body stretch. Reach up, shift the weight into your right foot, bend your left knee, catch a hold of your left foot with your left hand, come to dancer's pose. So right arm is reaching forward, left arm is reaching back, and your left foot keeps kicking into your left hand. Go to where you can right here while still maintaining your breath, maintaining your balance. And then go ahead and switch sides. Shift the weight to your left foot, catch a hold of your right foot with your right hand. Start with your left arm reaching up, and then slowly start to reach your left arm forward as you hinge forward and kick your right foot back. And then coming out, both feet down, reach all the way up, and then place the palms together to heart center, forward fold, feel the release. Inhale, lengthen halfway, hands go down, step or float your feet back, find chaturanga, to your upward facing dog, to your downward facing dog. Right foot in between your hands, warrior one, inhale, warrior two, exhale. Reverse your warrior, inhale, and then as you exhale, high plank to low plank. We'll do that same flow on the left side. So take your upward facing dog into your downward facing dog. Left side, warrior one, both heels down, both arms reach, take a big inhale. And then exhale, open up to warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Good, now pull forward to a high plank, drop to both forearms. So you come into a forearm plank right here. Of course, you can always drop to your knees or you stay on your toes, but make sure that your body's flat here. So straight line from the top of your head to your heels. Keep pressing into both forearms. Keep squeezing your core in tight. Keep your hips tucked up towards your rib cage. And now go ahead and lower all the way down. Take a big inhale, baby cobra. Then as you exhale, release down. Interlace your hands at your tailbone. And then lift up whatever you can. So your feet, your ankles, your knees, your thighs, your chest, your neck. And then go ahead and lower down, release. You can do the same thing or move into bow pose. So bend both knees, catch a hold of the outsides and tops of your feet. Similar to dancer's pose here, you're gonna kick your feet into your hands and that kick will lift your chest up. Try to avoid the knees going out wide. Keep your knees narrow and in line with your hips. Good, then lower down. Press back into a downward facing dog. Take your right foot in between your hands. Keep your back heel lifted. And then take both hands inside your right foot. Now you may drop your back knee down or you can keep it lifted. And then just breathe right here in this runner's pose. So you can come to the palms of your hand. If that's not enough of a stretch, then try coming to one or both forearms. And keep breathing into the space where you feel the tension, especially into your right hip. And as you exhale, try to release and let some of that tension and tightness, some of those knots just unravel. Good, being patient with yourself. And then after a few breaths, go ahead and step your right foot back and just switch it out, switch sides. So left foot comes forward, right toes stay tucked. Either the back leg is lifted or you drop your back knee down. Just go to wherever you feel that intense stretch, that release, and utilize the breath to help activate the release. Then go ahead and step your left foot back to meet your right. Downward facing dog. And then toes tiptoe forward, cross your ankles, coming into boat pose. So this is a balancing posture. It focuses on the core and center of your body. You can keep the toes connected to the floor or you can lift them. You're aiming for a V shape with the body. So maybe you extend the legs straight, maybe you reach your arms overhead. You can always grab lightly behind the thighs to help assist. Good, then after a few breaths, go ahead and lower all the way down. Feet are hip width apart, pressing into a bridge position. In bridge, your chin is tucked slightly. Eye gaze is towards the chest. And just breathing right here. Good, on your next exhale, go ahead and lower all the way down. From here, pull your knees in towards your chest. Send your toes up towards the sky or towards the ceiling. So feet over top of your hips. Can stay here. You can move into shoulder stand. But wherever you are, just feel the circulation in your body really moving and shifting around. So healing anything your body's working through. And then go ahead. Yeah, if you want to take shoulder stand, go ahead into shoulder stand. Hands supporting your lower rib cage. And then shoulder stand. Go ahead and slowly lower down. Hugging your knees in towards your chest. Rock and roll yourself up. Go ahead and have a seat right where you started this class. So back to a cross-legged position. And then come to a spine twist. So left hand down, right hand reaches outside your left knee. Big inhale, lengthen. Then as you exhale, twist. Do this on both sides. After you twist the left, go ahead and twist over to the right. Good, and then upper body faces center. Rotate the palms open, up towards the sky. And feel your body, feel your spirit more open to receive anything that it needs a little bit more of. So breathe it in, soak it in. Steady out the breath. Close your eyes. Soften every muscle from the crown of your head all the way down your spine. Relax your shoulders all the way down to your hips. And then relax all the muscles in your legs all the way to your feet and to your toes. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the sky above you. And feel the peace within that you just cultivated. And enjoy this feeling, enjoy this energy. Take it with you the rest of your day, the rest of your week. Press your palms together to heart center. Good, and if you'd like to stay in this meditation, feel free to stay. I'm going to go ahead and close this video and close this practice. Thanks for joining. Namaste.